The temple wall entrance is simple, but if you see the top portion that covers the rectangular hall is carved very beautifully. Climb the 5 steps to enter the temple interior. Unlike Belur and Halebeedu temples, this one has artificial lightings inside. As you enter, you will see a platform-like structure on each side. As you enter, look up at the ceiling. You will see that the ceiling is carved in a shape of a budding lotus flower. These carvings are done in stone slabs and attached to the ceiling section. There are such 16 carved ceilings, and each of the 16 depict the stage of lotus flower blooming. The last one, which we will see in few minutes, is a fully bloomed lotus flower. Inside, there are totally 18 pillars. Some of the pillars have round carvings, and some of the pillars have star-shaped carvings. The pillars are beautifully carved as Belur and Halebeedu. This is one of the specialities of Hoysala architecture. The first ceiling that you see when you enter the temple is a special one. In this ceiling, apart from the lotus structure, you see numerous intricate carvings. If you want to see these intricate carvings, then please use your SLR or any other powerful camera to focus and capture the minute details. If you observe carefully, the outer layer of the circular ceiling has a set of musicians and cows. Just below the circular ceiling, you can see octagonal structures, and in this inverted box-like structure, you can see various carvings of gods, goddesses, stories from Hindu epics like Ramayana, Mahabharata, Bhagavata, and other Puranas. Throughout the ceiling, there are intricate carvings of beautiful decorative freehand drawings, which are feast to your eyes. It is surprising to see how the artist could achieve such precision. While inside, please give rest to your neck, or else you could become stiff by the time you come out of the temple. All other ceilings have various intricately carved lotus flowers. Take your time to look at the intricately carved lotus blooming sculptures and appreciate the details that artists have captured and displayed. The Sanctum Sanctorum that you see right ahead when you enter the temple is of Keshava. The original idol was destroyed during the attack, and therefore another idol from the same complex is now placed here. A vestibule leads to the Sanctum Sanctorum. The area around the entrance to the vestibule is also carved very intricately. Just below the beam near the ceiling, you can see Lakshmi Narayana carving. You can also see Vishnu-related carvings above the beam. The ceiling in this area is also special. Divert your attention to the door frame now. Just above the door frame, you can see a nice sculpture of Krishna playing flute and lots of cows, cowboys and girls gathered around. The vestibule, the Sanctum Sanctorum entrance, is flanked by a pair of door guardians or Dwarapalakas. The interiors of this vestibule are also carved nicely. The other two vestibules and Sanctum Sanctorum are also similar in structure. The one that is on your left when you enter is dedicated to Venugopal, and the one on the right side is dedicated to Janardana. Take some time to see both the shrines from inside. With this, let us conclude the interior trip of Somnathpur temple. Hope you enjoyed the beauty of the temple as a whole. Though this is not as big as Belur and Halebeedu, but this is no less beautiful than them. If you have already visited Belur and Halebeedu, then you will appreciate the differences that you find among the three temples. If you are yet to visit Belur and Halebeedu, then I must tell you that you are yet to see the best of the Hoysala architecture. With that, we have come to the end of this beautiful journey of Hoysala period structures at Somnathpura. I am sure these structures have provided feast for your art and architecture loving eyes. We would be eager to meet you in your next Exploritage journey.